What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zay Sports Podcast. Yeah, I'm your host Isaiah, and we are live once again, y'all. We get to be watching the women's college basketball first four game between Vanderbilt and Columbia. Y'all, this should be a pretty good matchup. We know Columbia's head coach a few weeks ago, she had kind of called out the SEC. She said that they are. I think the record she said, using for example, she said something like they are 15 and 14, 15 wins and 14 lost teams going to the tournament just because they play in the SEC. So this is kind of, a spicy matchup, so to speak, right? Because Columbia is going to be facing the SEC opponent in Vanderbilt. Early prediction, y'all, I got Vanderbilt winning this game. Yeah, I like Jordan King for Vanderbilt. I think she has a pretty solid game. And I just really like the job that Shea Ralph has done this year. So, yeah, I got the Commodores winning the game. But y'all, looks like it's getting ready to begin. So, let me get put it on. We're gonna have a good old time watching this. And like I said, y'all, we're going to be watching, or excuse me, we're going to be doing a lot of watch parties for these women college basketball games. So y'all better get ready, cause yeah, I'm gonna get on your nerves in a good way. All right, y'all, but it looks like they get ready to start this thing. So let's get it.
Lights go on and on. She can shoot the ball. She can get to the rim. She can do everything you want. And Abby Shue gets to play in her first NCAA tournament tonight.
Now you want to keep an eye on 35 in blue, one of the best three-point shooters in the country. Columbia in blue, Vanderbilt in white, and the Baylor Bears, the 5 seed, awaiting the winner of our game tonight. We are underway as the first four continues here in Blacksburg. A great battle off the opening tip. If that's the passion and the energy that we're going to get tonight, we're in for a treat.
We jump ball to jump ball. That's what we do, and I love that. You're exactly right, Jay.
Come on, technology. I need you to cooperate with me.
Getting on the
Cooperate
floor.
with me tonight.
Have to jump again.
This was a Vanderbilt team picked last in the preseason in the SEC, and yet 10-win improvement from last year's team, and the Commodores start with the ball.
All right, y'all. Come on.
Here they are in the NCAA tournament. How did they get here?
The biggest thing is they got healthy. You look at Jordan Cambridge, who came back from an injury. Ayanna Moore came back from an injury. Both those players didn't play for Vanderbilt last year.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. How's everyone doing on tonight? All right, let's see.
And then Rafu, a great cut. She could have stayed on that right block, but cut across the lane to make herself more available for her teammate.
Let me turn this down a little bit so I can hear.
Ayanna Moore lines up a three. Nothing but air. And Moore's the leading scorer of
Like,
this
there we go.
Commodores team.
And you can hear these Columbia fans in Castle
Y'all should be able to
Coliseum.
see
What a
that, though.
pass
Okay, y'all.
by
On my
Cecilia
end, it
Collins.
looks a whole lot better.
Raffew making herself available. Feels like Columbia coming out with a bit more energy so far in this game.
And they go right back to Raffew. Why not? That's her first miss of the night.
Rainbow's coming on his own.
First 3 baskets to start this first 4 matchup. Great hustle. Kitty Henderson. The Australian dynamic defensive player. Great point guard for this Columbia team. And it's Shu, spins her way free.
Nice
Can't finish the layup.
Rare miss for Abby Shu. One of the things I really love about Shu is she's a very calm demeanor on the floor. She's really going to let the game come to her. You don't see that from a lot of 20-point scorers.
The paint was no good. Don't okay about you. I'm fine.
Pushing it in transition. Going a little too fast that time off the hands of Kitty Henderson. There's head coach Megan Griffith, the all-time winningest coach in Columbia women's basketball history. She took over this program in the basement of the Ivy League. Now here they are playing in the NCAA tournament for the first time, and it has to feel special for her to do this at her alma mater.
Without a doubt, you can tell how much she loves Columbia. Really, both these coaches taking over and rebuilding these programs to get them back into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, for Vanderbilt, it's been 10 years since they went dancing. Columbia, we'll mention it a lot tonight, dancing for the first time. And on the other sideline, Shay Ralph, third-year head coach at Vanderbilt. She knows the NCAA tournament very well. Won this tournament as a player in 2000 for UConn. Won 6 as an assistant for Gina Oriam.
Women's basketball fans will remember Shay Ralph was the most outstanding player of the 2001 Final Four, and then was on Gino Ariema's staff for a very long time, her 3rd year at Vanderbilt.
Another offensive rebound for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing, Vanderbilt's a lot of jump stuff.
Hustle at home. Yeah, Columbia dialed in.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know that much about Columbia, but
more battling.
They're doing some research on them.
Every loose ball is going to be a battle tonight between these two teams.
Because I knew there was a chance they could get in terms. I was like, let me start doing some research on
it. Like we talked about, first NCAA
I know they played some pretty good defense
player on this floor. Columbia seems a bit more comfortable though on the offensive end.
Cecilia Collins knocks that one down, and it's the Lions doubling up Vandy early. Commodores no points the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Ayanna Moore can usually break you out of a drought. Pull up pop. Falls off the rim, no good.
Every shot that Vandy was taking right now is a jump shot.
Keep the ball with Vandy.
They're not trying to be aggressive and make you attack the best. Like I said, from what I've seen from Columbia, they're a pretty solid defensive team.
Columbia on a
I wouldn't say they have
an
elite defender on the team, but they just play good defense.
Just doesn't have much rhythm offensively right now. They aren't getting open looks. Offensive rebounding is going to be a key for them. Sasha Washington is the kind of player that Columbia just doesn't have that body type on their roster.
Right on cue, Washington delivers.
They really don't have someone that can guard her one-on-one. So if I'm Vanderbilt and I'm trying to get that ball inside to Sasha Washington like they just did.
Commodores had missed their last 7 shots before that Washington make. Kitty Henderson in the lane, off the window and in for 2.
Pretty move by Kitty Henderson. The Henderson sisters out of Australia. There are some Virginia Tech fans in this building tonight, and they are used to an Aussie balling in this building with Georgia Amore.
Excited to see her on Friday. Everything is contested at the rim right now. That time a foul call. Sasha Washington at the line when we come back. Night 1 of the NCAA tournament. Both teams thrilled to be here. Take a look at their reactions from Selection Sunday. The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
All right, y'all. Columbia up 10-6 right now against Vanderbilt. Like I said, Vanderbilt is taking a lot of jump shots, and they need to start being more aggressive try to go to the free throw line. But they're settling for jump shots, and that's not something you want to do, especially when you're going against a good defensive team. Like I said, I mean Columbia, they don't have an elite defender on this team, in my opinion, but they just have a bunch of girls that just know how to play defense, and they do it collectively. So you don't want to make it easy for a team that has some pretty solid defenders. Y'all, I think for Vanderbilt though, this is it's a great thing. Even if they were to lose this game, it's still a great thing for them to just be a part of this, right? I mean, we saw the graphic at the bottom of the screen. This is the most wins they've had since 2011. So for them to just even be in this spot is a great thing for them. It shows you that Shea Ralph has made a lot of strides in her 3 years so far, and that they definitely can use this season, as a momentum for next season and maybe for years to come. Obviously, we know that they played in a tough conference, but they had a pretty good year in the conference play. And that's without them being the most talented team. So y'all know we got another SEC team playing tomorrow in this first four games. Auburn, they're taking on Pac-12 team, Arizona. Dale Barnes. Remember back in 2021 when they made it to the championship game against Stanford. Played Stanford incredibly tough. And, remember Ari McDonald, she was doing her thing then. All right, y'all. It's back. Columbia up 10-6.
So right now, they're going to put up a fight. Absolutely. It can be a dogfight. But if you guys decide, hey, we're going to set the tone early. We're going to set the tone early every quarter. Every media, we're coming out and we're going to throw a punch. Yep. Right? Yep. That's it. We got to be the aggressors in this game.
Great look inside the Columbia locker room. Head coach Megan Griffith pregame speech. And boy, did she predict the future or what, because Columbia has no doubt about it thrown the first punch in this game.
They have done exactly what they wanted from their head coach. They have thrown the first punch. They've been the aggressors. They've set the tone. And she mentioned we want to be the aggressors out of every media timeout. Well, we just had a media timeout, so let's see how Columbia responds.
I got Vanderbilt.
Coming out with some pressure here, getting a turnover.
Yeah, I got
They like to crank the pressure. They'll throw traps.
Got to start being more aggressive.
Deliver the
going
turnover.
to the basket, not selling for all these
on the other end. They have struggled offensively to start this game. Just 25% from the floor.
How you doing, Jay?
Jordan Oliver.
I've ever seen you on my channel, so welcome.
Washington offensive rebound.
Please hit that sub and like button.
Finds Cambridge. She leaves it short. Vanderbilt getting great looks, just can't finish.
That was Sasha Washington's 5th rebound already in this game. She's got to keep attacking the glass.
Corner 3, Nicole Stevens off the mark, no good.
Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it.
Vanderbilt trying to get something in transition, and they do.
And it's from Ayana Moore, their leading scorer, an all-SEC team member, averaging nearly 18 points per game in SEC play. She can absolutely fill it up.
Coach Shea Ralph telling us about more. She loves to defend and turn some defense into offense there. Kick ball, it'll stay Columbia's way.
There's a reason Ayana Moore, second team All-ACC, love the Euro combined with the pass fake to Sasha Washington in the lane. This is a young woman who had a great freshman season at Vanderbilt, and then last year, season-ending injury, was not able to play for the Commodores. Jordan Cambridge not able to play for the Commodores last year. Those are your two heart and soul pieces. So that's a big reason why Vanderbilt went from last year winning just 12 games to this year in the NCAA tournament.
Shue, pull-up three, got it! Abby Shue. She has the Ivy League record for career-made threes, and that's why.
One of the prettiest jumpers you will see in this entire NCAA tournament. It is just textbook perfect. And then how about Ayana Moore coming right back at her? Hits that one in her face. These two trading some shots here.
Y'all technology.
Couple of triples, and the offense starting to find some flow in this first quarter after a nervous 5 minutes to start. Let's take a look at tonight's Need to Know, brought to you
Come
by
on.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
And this is
Come on.
all about Columbia's three-point shooting. One of the big keys for Columbia in tonight's game is to knock down some threes. They shoot nearly 25 threes a game. They make 8. And if you can do your math at home, that's about 33%. They shoot the ball well. They want to spread the floor. They want to run through Abby Shue, who is the best three-point shooter ever in Ivy League history. In order to counter some of Vanderbilt's size, they're going to have to shoot the three ball well.
Shue with it again. Gives it off. Raffu missed it that time. She had the hot hand early for Columbia to start this game at the first 6 points. Trailing 3. No good. Another offensive rebound by Washington.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold up 1 second.
I was really looking at, I think he's a manager or a graduate assistant with the glasses. He was just sitting on the floor crying. That's what we love about March, Jay.
Well, when they lost to Princeton in the Ivy League Championship, you had to think that was it for their NCAA tournament hopes. Last year, the Lions actually had a better resume and were left out of the field, went all the way to the WNIT championship game. That's where they thought they were headed again. And instead, here they are in the first 4, trying to play their way in to the field of 64. The Baylor Bears awaiting the winner of this game tonight, and it had been close and competitive through the opening quarter. Camille Pierre, pull up, no good.
Jump shot.
Camille Pierre is a young freshman that Vanderbilt is really excited about, former Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Arizona. They need to get her going offensively.
Yeah.
Four turnovers for the Lions. Stevens had her back heel on the line there.
And what I said earlier, Jay, about Abby Shue, I love how she doesn't force the issue, but there are certain occasions where I wish she'd just take the ball and go score and be a little more selfish because she's that talented offensively.
Washington spinning through the double team and traveled.
And that's how you counter her size. If you don't really have the size to compete with Sasha Washington, you bring the double, you throw different things at her, you dig when she puts ball on the floor, and that was a really good job by Columbia.
Me too. I'm an SC fan at heart, but I root for all SEC teams. Hey, I'm a South Carolina fan too. Yeah, I'm a South Carolina fan
Trying to
myself.
get the ball to Shoe. Now they do. Cambridge all over Shoe, gives it up. And here's
But yeah,
Cecilia Collins.
I root
Give
for
it
the
go.
SEC
Stolen
team,
away.
and I root for a lot of other teams
Vanderbilt's been
too.
dialed
My
in
players.
defensively all first quarter here.
It's great one-on-one defense by Vanderbilt. No player got beat. Every player held their own, and then Helpside was there to get the steal. Some of these Columbia guards having some trouble getting by Vandy in one-on-one situations.
5 seconds left to the opening quarter. Cambridge
Oh no,
finds Washington.
no!
Sasha Washington off the window for 2 to tie it at
Night
13.
y'all tied up
Tough
13-13.
shot. Wow.
And Vandy struggled
It's a
before
battle
that
right
shot,
now.
just shooting 25% from the floor, but all tied at 13. Not much to separate these two teams.
I ain't gonna lie, Vanderbilt didn't get out to a great start, but here they are. Here they are. Tied up 13-13. Yeah, how long you been a South Carolina fan? I've been watching since the Tiffany Mitchell days and Tina Roy days as well. Tiffany Mitchell she was a great player, two-way player at that. Super athletic, man. And can really play defense. Uh, man, who y'all sleeper teams in the bracket? I know mine's Gonzaga, UNLV, Florida Gulf Coast. Those are like my three. Cause I think FGC. I think they can get by Oklahoma, which I had them doing, and then that Indiana matchup. You know, Mackenzie Holmes. Now Mackenzie Holmes, she is healthy, but you know she has been out for a little while now, so she's still gonna have to kind of get back to herself. And I think she'll be able to, be okay playing against FGC. But that's gonna be an incredibly tough game. And I can see Florida Gulf Coast winning that game. I really could. I can see them winning. And I won't be shocked at all if they win. But, man, it's definitely gonna be a close game. If it ends up being Indiana versus the FGC, it's gonna be a close one. And UNLV, I mean, they're playing against Creighton. I just really like UNLV. I don't even think that's a good matchup for Creighton. The way UNLV can really score the ball, man. And then Gonzaga's the same way. Gonzaga can really score. And UNLV is beating teams by 21 points. Same Gonzaga. Their average margin of win, is like 21 points. So I think it's gonna be tough. I like UNLV and Gonzaga to at least get to the Sweet 16 for sure. I think UNLV I think they're gonna upset UCLA in that round 32. I do. Now I might be wrong, but that's just kind of like my bold prediction. I like UNLV. The Running Rebels, man, that's a tough team. Tough team in the Mountain West Conference. All right, y'all, but just back.
Win the NCAA tournament, has done it 7 times. Once as a player, 6 as an assistant at UConn. It used to be filling out your bracket. All you need to do was put in the Huskies. Not that easy anymore.
Not anymore. The parity in women's basketball has grown so much.
Yeah.
To talk about the Ivy League getting 2 teams in, I mean, that speaks to the parity and how much things have changed.
Good look for Collins. Can't hit it. Ripped away, though. Kitty Henderson never gave up on the play. Shu lines up a 3 and connects. Abby Shu, 2 for 2 from 3.
An open look for Shu means that ball's going in. She's a 40% three-point shooter. As we've said, the best three-point shooter in the Ivy League that has ever played in that league.
And now just 5 points shy of setting the school record for single-season scoring. She has had a remarkable career, 375 career-made threes now. That is nearly more than 100 of the second-place career-made threes person in the Ivy League.
It's incredible, and I love her story as a player who was recruited by high major teams and had a good bit of high major offers, but that bond with Coach Griffith from Columbia, they are both Asian American. That was a bond that they both shared, and she's a Columbia Lion, has had an incredible career.
And if you don't believe us, there it is, 375. Yeah, Katie Benson who hit 287. That is a big gap. And Abby Shu hopes to keep filling it up as Columbia starts to make their run.
How about Courtney Banghart on that list, the current head coach at UNC? And Coach Griffith was telling us she felt like Courtney Banghart and what she did at Princeton helped change the perception of the Ivy League when Princeton had their undefeated season. And
yeah, and it's kind of funny they're talking about Princeton because I think they're going to upset West Virginia. And I also think y'all, when they run a 32 game against Iowa, they're going to give Iowa everything they can handle.
Assistant in Princeton before taking the Columbia job.
Not picking them to upset Iowa, but
stolen away, Cambridge. That's what she does.
All right, Vanderbilt, y'all.
The program's all-time leader in steals.
Vanderbilt, y'all had an opportunity to run the transition.
3.
They ended up getting a corner through. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Get Passat going.
You got a chance to run transition.
Huge for the Commodores. Tennessee transfer, was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school. Can really shoot.
Passat couldn't quite chase that one down. So for all the success Vanderbilt has had creating turnovers, getting defensive stops, you feel like the Commodores just haven't cashed in the other way.
It feels like both of these teams have had situations where they're getting out in transition and they just overthrow a teammate. I think you're still seeing a little bit of, wait, we're in the NCAA tournament. We've got to calm down. We just saw Shea Ralph looking at her point guard saying, let's calm
Another
I was rooting for South Carolina. Then I'm rooting for USC. But Juju Walker is my favorite player in college basketball. That was like chasing my game. Yeah, Juju Walker is my favorite player in college basketball, so I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for USC, but I'm rooting for her in particular. Hopefully make a deep run. I do have them going to the Final Four, so I really hope that they're able to come to fruition, but yeah.
Making sure she does.
Then I would also say,
I mean, what a play.
Yeah, this is Oliver's third stop. She started her college career at
South Carolina, UNC.
Now here at Vanderbilt.
And she's a former McDonald's All-American. Vanderbilt has 2 McDonald's All-Americans on the floor right now. Just both players that didn't really pan out at their first schools. For
Tennessee.
Her second school, and now at Vanderbilt.
Notre Dame.
Basketball of their careers.
I'm really looking forward to Lisa Pearley, Georgia Amoore, this time. Juju Watkins,
3 straight possessions that Vanderbilt has caused the Columbia turnover.
And Columbia's done a good job of getting back. They have not let Vanderbilt get easy in transition, even when they turn the ball over. But Jordan Cambridge says, hey, give me this open look. I'm going to knock it down.
A 6th-year senior, she's overcome 2
now up by 4, 2016.
You would never know it. Cambridge motivated here for Vanderbilt. Defensive breakdown, though.
Yeah, I'm like, why has she get that over?
Good sign for Columbia to get CeCe Collins going. Second team All-Ivy. Definitely their second best scorer. It's a good sign for the Lions.
How do y'all feel about Virginia Tech now? You know, Elizabeth Kelly, she went down, and I got Virginia Tech getting upset by Marshall in the first round.
Dumped inside to Washington. She's had the advantage in the post. Couldn't finish that
The
one.
defense by Columbia, but yeah, y'all, I just think Elizabeth Kelly, I mean, she makes everything go for that Virginia Tech team. And I love Georgia A. Moore, but Elizabeth Kelly, I mean, she just makes everything go for them.
And it drops in.
Wow, that three went in.
Unfortunate bounce for Kitty Henderson, and it's a 3.
Again, I think it's the Aussie connection. These rims love an Aussie. We know that with Georgia A. Moore, but what a bounce, and the best time to shoot a 3, as we know, Jay, is off that offensive board. Great board by Rafu.
Glad that Juju has not disappointed this year. I hadn't went to find my birthday. I'm for low key. I'm rooting for Virginia Tech, but with Kelly out, I'm not too sure. Yeah, but this with Kelly being out, it changes everything. Everything for Virginia Tech. It really does. Like I said, I love me some Georgia A. Moore, but there's only so much she can do. I mean, Elizabeth Kelly just so much of the Virginia Tech team on both ends of the floor. I mean, we know she averages about 22 points and 12 rebounds. But then her defensive presence,
for the 4th
hard to
year,
replace
every single NCAA women's championship game is on the networks of ESPN.
Okay, great minds think alike. Yeah, because I got USC going to the Final Four.
Your home for all.
I ain't Juju Watkins. She's gonna do what she's done all year.
90 championships.
Them on her shoulders.
That was a really good
got some big shoulders, y'all.
Call by the officials because the foul happened before the contact in the lane. If that foul had not happened, that would have most likely been a charge. But
yeah, man, I like what you think. I do. I like it. I like his coach Kenny Brooks. I think he's a really great coach. I love the way they've been playing at home. You know, they get the first 2 games at home. But no Elizabeth Kelly, that just changes everything for them. And I hate that because I thought like before, you know, she got injured. I think Virginia Tech could have been a team to go to the Final Four. I mean, they made it last year. I think they could have been a sleeper team to go. But yeah,
separate these 2 teams.
No, not at all. It's
without
tight
Elizabeth
so
Kelly.
far. Vanderbilt's rebounding the ball a bit better than Columbia on the offensive glass. Columbia's made 1 more 3. It just feels like a very back and forth affair right now, which is what you want in March, Jay.
Yeah, this is a back and forth affair, but it's also a defensive minded back and forth game.
Before the first round tips off on Friday. Good look inside. Washington, an easy finish.
The great pass by Ayanna Moore.
Yeah, Ayanna Moore, she was ready to shoot that 3, but then she saw her teammate open for a better shot, a layup.
To hit a slipping Washington.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. So far, Jordan Cambridge has been really quiet in this game.
To find a groove.
CeCe Collins.
Vanderbilt wants to win this game. They need her to get going immediately.
I didn't really have that on my bingo card, but okay, CeCe Collins.
I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I'm like, man, where's Jordan Cambridge at? I haven't even heard her name really. She has to get going. She has to get going. But I said immediately, seriously.
Give and go with Oliver. And that rims in for Jordan
Okay,
Oliver.
so y'all, Vanderbilt, I think they must have heard me because you see now they're starting to attack the basket a little bit more. They're not just selling for all those jump shots like they were doing in the first quarter.
Columbia with that 5 out, trying to
they were
score.
Taking way too many jump shots.
Just trying to be active.
So Vanderbilt, they've had quick hands. That time a little too quick foul.
None is my current favorite team. I was watching basketball since the 90s. That's supported them. The WA since its inception in 1996. Juju was that girl. KG said her name should be Walking Bucket.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think she's gonna carry USC to the Final Four, and if that happens, I'm gonna be incredibly happy. Yes, I love SC. I got to watch them around 2018, and my love for that team runs deep, especially with what Coach State has done to SC. It really has made me proud to be a fan. Yeah, I mean, it's been one of the best runs in college basketball ever, in my opinion. I mean, seriously. So, you're talking about in 2021, you know, they're literally one shot away from going to the championship game And then you look at 2023, last year, literally again, so close to going to the championship game again. And then we all know what happened, that 1920 season, the pandemic came, and so they did not get the opportunity to potentially go to and win an NCAA championship. So, I mean, yeah, it's been incredible to see what Coach Staley has done with that program. I mean, my goodness, the recruits that she's been able to get. I mean, man, Leah Boston, Bree Bills, I Cook, LA, all that. I mean, Olivia Thorne, now Malaysia Full Wiley and like Sanaya Fagan and Raven Johnson. And I mean, it's just, yeah. Even before then, Beyonce Quay was more. And like I said earlier, Tiffany Mitchell and Tina Roy and Taisha Harris and Kiki Herbert Harrigan. I mean, man, the talent that we've had. Elena Coates, Kayla Davis, Alicia Gray. So yeah, I go back to some of them. I know I go back to some of them, but yeah, that it's been amazing to see what she has done. Ooh, don't get me talking about the 2021 final. Gets ever had me heated. I have so much to say about it. Yeah, I know. I honestly, I still have not got over that game. I know it's been like 3 years now. Even when I just think about it, it still does kind of get me upset because I know that's one we should have had our last year's Final Four either. I know, but you know what? Hey, we coming back, man. We locked and loaded this year. We got better. We had more shootings. That's what we needed, right? We really, really needed shooting. We went and got Tahina Pow from Oregon. She been shooting lights out all year. Now Raven told y'all this was her revenge season. So what she do? She working on her 3-point shot. She been a great shooter. Bree Hall, oh my God, aka Breezy. She been shooting lights out. So we got shooting on this team. Tessa, she been coming off the bench and hit some shots. We had defense, we had rebounding, we had interior presence. We needed shooting on this team. That's what we needed, and that's what we went out and acquired. And then, like I said, we also had our players just get better. Raven and Bree Bill, Lord have mercy, Bree Hall, they got better. But y'all, this game is back on. Vanderbilt up by 2.
Stagnant offense, and Vanderbilt picking up that defensive intensity in this second quarter.
Very much.
Off the rim, no good from Kenny
follow me.
Henderson.
I appreciate it. Welcome to the Zayvon Sports Podcast.
Mode leaves it for Washington, and Sasha Washington continues a terrific first half.
And a great pass by Ayanna Moore. Rafu had to come over. She had to leave Washington to help. And then a great dump down and vision by Moore.
8 points, 8 rebounds for Washington. And Vanderbilt's defense has built this 4-point lead.
Then we would have won the national championship. Without question.
Columbia has not been comfortable in the half
court.
We
blowing everyone out.
Much more comfortable in the first quarter.
Really, everyone out.
Coach Ralph has been able to get some more intensity.
That 2019 team was special. That was a special
probably
game.
Going to be somewhat of an issue
special
for Columbia. You see Pissat, who's a guard on the wing at 6'4". You just don't really see that when you're playing in the Ivy League.
Well, Shea Ralph, Vanderbilt head coach, told us, our team loves to defend. Boy, if they back that up in this first half. Right back to Washington. She's got 8 points and 8 rebounds to her name. Ayanna Moore.
That 2019 team.
Working on Shu. Draws the foul.
I always say this too. Nobody could touch them. Maybe Oregon, but they would pull through. Yeah, I mean Oregon is special. Because they had Sabrina and they had Satu Sabo on their team. So they were special. But the way we were playing.
Second foul. If there's one thing Columbia can ill afford, it's Abby Shu in foul trouble.
They were on a different level, though. That 2019 South Carolina team was good.
Tournament continues tomorrow.
They had not lost a game since November.
gets
of
underway.
2019. That was
Okay,
that
this may
Paradise
shock you,
Jam
but
game
the
against
players that play
Indiana.
for Vanderbilt and Columbia are generally pretty smart.
They're blowing out everybody.
So I think Coach Griffith is going to trust Abby Shue to stay in this game with just 3.5 minutes left before the half. Keep her in with those 2 fouls. And she's very aware that she's got to play defense a little differently to get to halftime.
It's a family, Jay. Yes.
Just 2 fouls.
Welcome.
You're right to mention.
Thank you, DT. Happy to be
Two
here.
very
Happy to be here, excuse me.
academic schools. Shue, very patient. The ball fake. Can't hit the 3 though. Usually she will make you pay from there.
Let's see, y'all.
They
got a chance to run a little bit.
Shue rips it away defensively.
They gave it away.
After missing the 3, she wanted that ball back.
Y'all kind of feels like Vanderbilt is starting to kind of take control of this game.
And Abby Shue misfires again.
It feels like Columbia has been kind of going through a little scoring drought. And I feel like they've been sitting on 24 for a couple of minutes now.
And that's rare for Abby Shue, a 40% three-point shooter. But when you're watching Shue, watch her jab step and watch her ball fakes. Some of the best that I've seen this season. She jabbed once. She was able to get an open shot from the corner on that last possession with just a simple jab step. And her motion, the way she releases the ball so high, that enables her to create even more space with just a jab.
You mentioned it earlier, but her shot is a thing of beauty. Misses
Yeah,
again, though. Another
now they're selling for
rebound.
a bunch of threes, huh?
It feels like
Not
she could
what
do a
Vanderbilt was doing in the first quarter.
video tutorial with her smooth motion. Just hasn't fallen. She's now missed 5 in a row. Shot clock down to 5.
4.
Rafu tangled up, throws the ball, a desperate heave. And Vanderbilt's defense has now forced their 10th Columbia turnover.
That's crazy. I hear that Vanderbilt on force 10 turnovers.
Vanderbilt averaging over 10 steals per game. It's one of the things that they hang their hat on. And one of the reasons, besides getting healthy, of course, why this team went from being picked dead last in the Southeastern Conference to making the NCAA tournament, finishing 6th.
And Vandy is in their best offensive rhythm of the night. The Commodores have made their last 4 shots. They have definitely grabbed momentum here with a little more than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Dump down low. It's too easy right now. Camille Pierre gives Vandy an 8-point advantage.
And you're seeing the size advantage for Vanderbilt play out where some of these bigger guards are posting up the smaller guards for Columbia.
And it's another turnover and a frustration foul. Columbia is starting to unravel a bit.
Yeah, they are.
In the quarter. It is all
that's it. Vanderbilt starting to take control of this game, y'all.
And yes, Vanderbilt is scoring and they're on a run right now. But the biggest difference is that Columbia is not really getting anything offensively. So they're not able to slow down Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's getting a rebound off of a miss or getting a steal. Then they're off in transition the other way.
Columbia led in the first quarter for more than 8 minutes. It is all Vanderbilt in this second quarter. Jordan Cambridge, who makes both free throws at the line. She has really set the tone. 3-time All-SEC defensive team, and boy, has she proven that tonight.
She's such a great story as Vanderbilt forces
another turnover.
Jordan Cambridge is
like DJ Khaled said, another one.
Local kid. She's been here for 6 years. She's had multiple season-ending injuries. Be in a program for 6 years, to put your heart and soul into a program for 6 years and finally get to the NCAA tournament. She's playing like a player who's waited her whole career to play in this tournament.
She has, because Jordan Cambridge is
10-0 run.
That was a lot of
no good. Washington. No travel called. Bobbling the ball as she went down. Keeps the possession with the Commodores. Vandy's largest lead of the night. Looking for more. Missed it.
Columbia needs something positive on the offensive end.
Great passing and a foul call. Perry Page, the sophomore.
You're gonna sound like a stretch, but I
for
love to
two.
see USC play. USC hashtag downstate hashtag Juju.
When Columbia's been
Yeah,
able to get the ball in
you
the
know,
paint, they've passed it really well. Their guards have done a really good job of dumping down.
for
But
USC,
the
it
main
just
issue for them
really
in this
comes
second
down
quarter,
to
in
the
addition to the
contributions
turnovers,
they
is
can
that they
get from
can't really
everyone else.
get
Really, Mackenzie
separation
Fords in
past these
particular.
Vanderbilt defenders to get in the lane and make plays.
As I stated earlier when I was filling out my bracket,
Well, no doubt about it. This is
you
the
know,
best
Mackenzie
time
Ford, she had
of
an
the year.
incredible game in that
We are
Pac-12
thrilled to tip
championship
things
game
off
against
night
them. She
one
had
of the
26 points, if I'm not
NCAA Women's
mistaken. But
Tournament. First four
she's also had
games
games, y'all, where
tomorrow
she's
night. You
had
don't want
4
to miss it.
points, or 5
Doubleheader
points,
on
or 9
ESPN
points,
2.
or 11 points.
Arizona and
That's just
Auburn
not going
at
to cut it.
7.
So
And then Tennessee, Martin, and Holy Cross is your nightcap
USC
at 9.
needs Mackenzie Fords to get him at least, in my opinion, at least 16 to probably 18 points a game in these games. Really.
The 68 teams woke up this morning with the dream being alive.
And some of these games, she's probably going to have to score like 20 plus, like she did against
Vanderbilt
Stanford.
and Columbia trying to keep those dreams alive in this NCAA tournament. And right
Yeah,
now it
y'all can
is
see
all
Vanderbilt. They
doors.
trying to listen
Camille
to me.
Pierre again
Go to the
inside.
basket. Quit shooting so
Camille
many jump
Pierre is
shots.
a
Just go to the
brutal
basket.
matchup for Columbia at 6'2", has guard-like skills
Vanderbilt
that
knows
can
they're not
score
even a
in the
great
paint,
three-point shooting team like
have her
that.
way on that
So
last
don't be
possession.
shooting threes.
Collins fading away, leaves it
Tough
short.
shot. Should be Vandy ball. It is.
And this second quarter
Yeah,
is
y'all,
all
Columbia. I
faded
mean, they really
around
cannot do
scoring.
anything offensively. They only scored
Lions
2 points in the last, 4 minutes, I believe?
To really take control of this first four matchup.
Absolutely. Their defensive intensity has kicked up a notch in the second quarter. They're also shooting 62% from the floor in this second quarter, gone to the free throw line 6 times and have made all 6 of those free throws. Just a clinic from the doors.
Want to see that
period.
too.
Yeah, while Columbia's had
Iowa versus South Carolina rematch in the Final Four, but I'm torn because I want to see SC play LSU again. But since they're in the same bracket, it has to be either or. Yeah, I know I don't like that. I really don't.
A bucket here at the
Because
end of the
I would
first
love to
half.
see an Iowa South Carolina rematch.
Clock down to 10.
And I'll get into that here in a few seconds once we get ready to go to halftime. 4, 3, 2. They force another turn. Can she get shot off in time?
Almost beat the buzzer there.
All right, y'all. So Vanderbilt up 36-26 at half.
10-point lead.
And they totally changed kind of the outlook of this game, y'all, in that second quarter. They really put the clamps down on Columbia defensively, and they started to attack the basket. But I want to bring up something that Jay just said. I want to go back and kind of touch on this. He said, I want to see that too in the Iowa/South Carolina rematch in the Final Four, but I'm torn because I also want SC to play LSU again. But since they're in the same bracket, it has to be either or. Yeah, for me, I have LSU beating Iowa. And it's really because I don't know if I was going to be able to deal with Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow on that glass. You know, we saw last year they had problems guarding Angel Reese, but now you add Anissa Morrow to the group. And then you also have another year of Flage. And now you also have Haley Van Lith and Michaela Williams. I will say this about LSU. We know that their bench, you know, is pretty much non-existent. Outside of Daryl Rosario, last tier poet, which it sounds like everything is okay with her, which thanks be to God for that. It's amazing news. But really outside of you know, Poa and Daryl Rosario, they don't really have any other bench production. So that does kind of concern me, but I just think LSU, that starting 5 is like probably the best in the country. And I think it's going to be enough to carry them to another championship. So I have them and, well, let me just give you my Final Four. So I got South Carolina, Texas, LSU, USC. I have South Carolina beating Texas. I have LSU beating USC. Then I got a South Carolina LSU championship game, and I got South Carolina winning. Now, I think with the whole LSU thing, you know, them versus Iowa, that is a tough call. And then, you know, with Texas, I'm going to be honest. I have them playing Gonzaga in the Sweet 16, and that's going to be an incredibly tough game for them. Like, it really is. So they might not even make it to the Final Four because they're going to potentially have to get through Gonzaga or Utah and then have to get through, and I'm really high on Tennessee. They're going to have to get through either Tennessee or Stanford to get to the Final Four. It's really, 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 really hard. But I think they're gonna be able to get past it. But I won't be surprised. I'm telling y'all, Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga is really the team to watch in here. They really are. They got a chance to really make some noise. Now I haven't gone to the Sweet 16, which is really great, but they could go to Elite Eight and beat Texas. I think they could do it because they score the ball at a high level. They defend the ball at a high level, and that is like two recipes, for success in the tournament. But yeah, I was going live on Sunday watching the selection show, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe y'all put LSU and Iowa in the same bracket, because I really wanted to see that Iowa and South Carolina rematch, and we might see it. I'm picking LSU because, like I said, I just think that size with Angel Reese and Anissa Mora, I think that's going to be too much for Iowa to handle, but they might be able to get it done. Iowa has a pretty difficult path. I mean, Prince is not going to be easy to get through. If it is Prince, I think Prince is going to upset West Virginia. That's not even going to be easy. Yes. Oh, yeah. And UCLA. Yeah, UCLA. And you also got a sneaky team in that bracket, too, in UNLV. So that bracket is tough. That bracket is tough because I like UNLV. Crazy work. I'm so excited. I am, too. Yeah, I'm so excited to see this bracket. I mean, you got Iowa, LSU, UCLA, UNLV. Like I said, like a sneaky sleeper team. Princeton, this bracket is tough. MTSU, I mean, they went 16-0 in Conference USA. So yeah, that bracket is tough. They definitely had the toughest bracket without question. Without question. You look at the Albany 1 bracket, you got South Carolina, you got Indiana, you got Notre Dame, you got Oregon State, Ole Miss. But yeah, without question, that Albany 2 bracket is it's incredibly tough. I think Charlie Cream, I heard him the other day, he said he has Ole Miss going to the Elite Eight, which means they would more than likely be beating Notre Dame. They would definitely be beating Notre Dame, and then they would potentially be beating Oregon State or Nebraska. Man, I love Ole Miss. I love Coach Yo. I talked about this earlier when I was doing my bracket. But Notre Dame is just really rolling right now, and that doggone Hannah Hidalgo, woo, that girl's a beast, man. She averaging almost like 5 steals per game. We know what she is offensively, but defensively, she's like Gary Payton out there. Like, seriously, she just really knows how to pick people's pockets. And then I like Maddie Westball, their power forward. So I just love how Notre Dame is playing right now. That's the only reason. I think for SC, I'm more scared of the potential second round that they would most likely play UNC. And last time they played now we remember. See, UNC is a weird team. I had them losing to Michigan State. One, they've been kind of like playing like just so. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games. They kind of struggle to generate offense outside of Deja Kelly. I like Deja Kelly. She's a really fantastic player, but they can struggle to generate offense when it's not her initiating the offense. But if we do end up playing UNC, we saw what happened. So yeah, we saw what happened. And they played this incredibly tough. But I think this time, I think Coach Staley would definitely have us ready to go. Yes, I'm hoping SC and Notre Dame play each other. Yeah, that would be it'd be a great matchup. It'd be great if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will. But I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Dame's able to get past Ole Miss, which I think they will, but I'm not gonna lie, though, Ole Miss is gonna make that a dog fight. Now, I just say this: if Notre Ole Miss is like arguably the best defensive team in this tournament. Honestly, if we being real. Now we know South Carolina. I mean, we a great defensive team, but Ole Miss, they up there too with us. Ole Miss is up there with us. They play some lockdown defense. So, but yeah, if Notre Dame is able to get past Ole Miss, then yeah, we would be seeing them. Yeah, Ole Miss and Coach Yo do not play. She has a talented team. Yeah, they some rough riders for real. that's why I compare them to some rough riders in a good way. Like they just play like just a tough, physical, gritty style of basketball. And if you're not ready, like if you're not ready, they're gonna beat you. And it's like Stanford last year. I think Stanford was they were playing with their food, they were messing around, they thought, hey, we're gonna be able to take care of business. You know, Ole Miss, we're not worried about them. What did Ole Miss do? Ole Miss made that game a slugfest. And we know Stanford don't even really play that way. But Ole Miss has a way of making you play their brand of basketball. So that's why I'm saying, like, if Notre Dame is not ready for that, Notre Dame could be going home in round 2. So, which would be crazy to say, but I'm just saying, Coach Yo, hey, I had them losing, but I really want to pick. I really wanted to pick them, and I had them losing. Did y'all see right here? Here's the schedule. Like I said, y'all, you better get ready because I'm finna go live. I'm finna go live for a lot of these games, y'all. It's finna be super exciting, and I'm ready. I watched them play against LSU. They were giving a run for their money. Yeah, they did. And that's what all the scores that LSU has. I mean, think about that. LSU has a starting 5 that on any given night, any of those girls can give you 20 points. So that would, I mean, hey, that's a tough matchup. And Ole Miss, they stayed in it with them. So that's why I'm saying, like, Ole Miss, you cannot count out this team. You cannot count the Ole Miss Rebels out. Now, I think people learned that lesson from last year. You just cannot count them out. And I would be surprised. I would not be surprised to see them pull off yet another upset against Notre Dame this year as they did to Stanford last year. So, you got to be ready when you play against Ole Miss. You know, I think Auburn's the same way. Just the toughness that they play with, right? Toughness, grittiness, very physical defensively. They're not the best offensive teams, but they play to their strengths, though, and I can respect that. They play to their strengths. And if you think that Ole Miss, you're going to be able to just run them over, it's not going to happen. Same thing with Auburn. You think you're going to be able to run them over, it's not going to happen. Just isn't. So, yeah. Yep, everyone was shocked. Everyone was shocked that Stanford lost, but I knew it especially because last year they sent South Carolina to overtime. Yes, that was the only time South Carolina's ever been to overtime that year, exactly. And that's what I'm saying with Ole Miss, yeah. And people were saying SC was bad, but it was because Ole Miss is just that good. Yeah, Ole Miss is a good man. They are a good team, and well coached too. Well coached. They don't make a lot of mistakes. And when the team doesn't make a lot of mistakes, that's a reflection of their coach. That means they are a well-coached ball club. Ole Miss definitely is. So that's the one right there. That's the one right there. That Ole Miss and Notre Dame potential matchup. That's the one where I'm like, yeah, I could see the lower seed winning. I could. Even though Notre Dame, like I said, they've won 9 of their last 10 games. They beat Virginia Tech twice in that span. They beat Louisville twice in that span, and they beat NC State, in the ACC championship game. But I'll tell you, Ole Miss, I don't know. I just have a feeling, even though I picked Notre Dame to win, I have a feeling Ole Miss is going to win. I really do. I do. Auburn upset LSU during the regular season. Yeah, they did. They did. So, the tournament is one game. right? The winner advances, loser goes home. So anything can happen. And like I said, with how we saw Ole Miss just like really, really, really lock down Stanford, I would not be surprised if they did that to Notre Dame. I wouldn't. Yes, I'm interested to see how Auburn will do in the tournament. I think they can win against Arizona, but I'm also biased because the SEC. Yeah, I got Auburn. I'll be live tomorrow night, so we can watch that game. But yeah, I got Auburn winning that game too. Again, defensively, that's what it is. Auburn's just God. I mean, their defense is it's elite, and it's really just the physicality that they play with on that end. I mean, they really get in you, really get in you. And they can test everything. Like you're not gonna get you really not gonna get any open looks against Auburn because they can test in everything. There's gonna be a low scoring game. Them in Arizona, it's gonna be a low scoring game right there. Probably gonna be like 55, 52, something like that. It's gonna be a slugfest. But I'm here for it though, because I love defense though. I really do. I love the teams that can play defense. I love players that can play defense. I love it. So I'm a defense kind of guy. I have no problem watching the game. There's a slugfest. I have no problem with that. And I think Auburn can beat Syracuse. I do. I think if they I think they can beat Syracuse. I really do. Because we know Syracuse, they struggle, kind of similar to UNC, but they kind of struggle to score points outside of the age of fair. So if Auburn's able to kind of key in on her, then I don't know where Syracuse is gonna get their points from. And yeah, I can see them winning. So I think that's Auburn still. Now then, the next game would be against UConn, but for them, this would be like just them getting to this point is great for Auburn. It really is, because we know for so many years, Auburn has literally been one of the worst teams, not just in the SEC, but they've been one of the worst teams in the country. And so to see them at least a part of the tournament is a good sign of things to come. It is. So even if they lose tomorrow night, the Auburn, their future still looks really bright. Because Coach Harris has already built a foundation. Like, hey, we're going to play defense and we're going to be physical. Now, they do need to get some more scoring, right? They need to get some better players that can create shots from themselves offensively that can, hit threes. But you got to build somewhere. She's starting on the defensive side, and I can respect that. I can respect it. All right, y'all. Looks like it's back. Columbia versus Vanderbilt.
Ready to play for Vanderbilt. She had 7 rebounds just by herself.
NCAA first 4 games. Vanderbilt up 36-26.
Vanderbilt early, and then other players started
Winner of this game takes on number 5 Baylor.
Cambridge with the steal. Vanderbilt with 6 steals in the first half, forcing turnovers, scoring 11 points off of Columbia's turnovers. Columbia's got to get Shu going, but they also have to take care of the ball, Jay.
And let's check in on tonight's Star Stories, brought to you by Honda. We told you all about Abby Shu, only 6 points in that first half.
And that's uncharacteristic for Abby Shu, the Ivy League Player of the Year, honorable mention All-American. And then for Jordan Cambridge, I thought she was really good. Maybe didn't shoot the ball as well, but set the tone defensively and was also aggressive offensively.
Columbia made just 1 basket in the final 6 minutes and 30 seconds of the first half. That was a great look for Shu. It was halfway down, but did not drop.
But still, a good look, good rhythm on her shot, and I like that Columbia went right to her in that first play.
Vanderbilt on a 30-16 run to finish that first half. They have all the momentum to start this third quarter. Cambridge lost the handle, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay Vandy basketball.
Just 8 seconds left on the shot clock because that ball did not touch the rim, so Vanderbilt's got to be aware of that.
Here's Ayanna Moore. Pull up pop.
Hey,
Too much on it. And another offensive rebound for the Commodores. They have dominated the
Columbia.
glass.
They have.
Gotta-
It's so
gotta
interesting
get
because
that
the
defensive
rebounding
rebound.
numbers are actually pretty similar in this game, but it feels like Vanderbilt has just dominated when it comes to that category.
Now 8 offensive rebounds. Can't capitalize there, though, on the second chance opportunities. Bliss Henderson, the freshman, goes inside. Collins, the reverse layup is good.
That was a nice little
Great
backdoor
pass
cut.
by Bliss Henderson. That is when Columbia is at its best, when they can attack and hit cutters. A great passing team overall.
Jordan Cambridge for 3. Misfires. And a couple of misses for Vanderbilt at the start of this third quarter. And it's allowed the Lions to make it a 6-point game, just like that. Two-possession game in Blacksburg. Timeout, Shea Ralph.
This is what Columbia loves to do. They want to attack, they want to draw, and then they want to dump down. Great job by Henderson. She finds
Yeah, I was like Columbia trying to take
on that play, and then another
I think
great
a
pass
play out of
by
Vanderbilt, but
Henderson. The Lions come out
this is
roaring
bad.
in the third quarter.
Stop shooting so many threes.
1 kale celery.
Vanderbilt's another team. I think I said this earlier, but Vanderbilt's another team. They're on the right trajectory. So the SEC, it just continues to get better. Women's college basketball continues to get better. I mean, there are so many great teams in women's college basketball right now. So many, and so many great players. So wow, it's a beautiful thing to see. It really is. The fact that we're filling out our brackets and some of these matches, we're like, we don't know, just shows you there's so many good teams, there's so many great teams. A lot of these games could go either way. Like even we were talking about Ole Miss, like I wouldn't be shocked if wouldn't be shocked if they beat Notre Dame. So it's just stuff are like I wouldn't be shocked if Gonzaga ends up shocking everybody and beating Texas potentially in the Sweet 16. So it's just, man. Oh, we didn't jinx anything. Yeah, maybe we did. I've knocked on wood, so we should be good. But yeah, like I said, just the depth of women's college basketball is at an all-time high. So you look around, you just can find a great player on so many teams. It did not used to be like this, but now it is. Now it is, man, and they have to give women's college basketball its respect. Because all eyes are really on women's college basketball, we're being honest. So all right, y'all, it's back. Columbia trying to make a little bit of a run.
SEC teams in that are 17 or 15 and 14.
Yeah, y'all, this is what I was talking about earlier. Yeah.
And the job.
Columbia head coach, she had said that she's like, yeah, they letting SEC teams like 15 or 14 in the tournament. And it's so funny because she's playing against the
I'm
SEC
sure
team
excited
to
be here,
like
and
get
now
to the
it's just
tournament.
a matter of rolling the ball out and playing.
You hear those comments from the two head coaches in the game inside the game.
The three.
As a big threes drilled by Justine Passat is
There's a
mid-major
huge because it feels like
Power
Columbia
Five.
was
Griffith's
trying
comments you
to
just heard. That was
gain
before
some
they knew
steam,
they
give
were
some
in.
momentum.
She was fired up. They just lost the Ivy League championship to Princeton. Again, this is a league that doesn't normally get 2 bids. This is the second time ever the Ivy League is sending 2 teams to the NCAA tournament. So she's fired up, trying to defend her program. And, you know, she told us, I misspoke. I should have said Power 5,
right.
not SEC specifically. And Shay Ralph heard those comments, and it's going to fire her team up that, you know, the opposing coach is calling out the SEC.
Of course. I mean, that's just natural blackboard material for Vanderbilt and for Shay Ralph. And I understood what Coach Griffith was saying, and she definitely meant high major or Power 5. Why are we putting someone in who's only about 500? Why not put us in? And she's fighting for her team, and I totally get that. And, you know, Vanderbilt has 22 wins. Vanderbilt's not the team.
Yeah. She ain't talking about Vanderbilt,
But I just thought it was an interesting theme for this game as we've had back-to-back threes from Vanderbilt and Columbia.
Six-point game. Vanderbilt has been in control since the start of the second quarter. And a travel gives the ball back to Columbia.
Cambridge had a lane. I think she passed that ball too quickly. She got to the middle of the paint. I thought she could have gotten
Yes, when you can ball to a Fat Joe, aka Joey Craig saying Waterway, nothing stop us. Yeah. Hashtag women's history month, hashtag women's college.
SEC mid-major versus
All the way up.
an SEC team. They are 0-7, including 0-2 this season. So a big opportunity to make a statement here in the first 4 after their head coach's comments. Trailing by 6.
Columbia this year, they've played Duke, Florida, and Georgia, all very close, but weren't able to come up with those wins. So I know it would mean a lot.
That Vanderbilt,
obviously,
who's
not
boss
just
is
to get an NCAA tournament win, but also to beat a Power 5 team. And Henderson's trying to tell the officials that it was off of Vanderbilt, but of course, they can't review this. It's not under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So the official's going to stick with their call.
Jordan Cambridge, feet inside, Passat.
Got to finish that rebound.
Clean up the spill, Sasha Washington.
Of course, Sasha Washington is there, and with that rebound and putback, she secures her 9th double-double of the season. She has come to rebound today.
Columbia answers inside. Fliss Henderson, the freshman, delivers.
I like how Columbia has come out of the gates. A tough finish of the second quarter. They were able to rally, and they've continued to fight back into this game here in the third.
Vanderbilt keeping them at arm's length, though. Every time Columbia has scored, Vanderbilt has answered. Failed to connect there.
Gotta see Columbia can run a little bit. Slow it down. I got an open 3.
For 3. Too much on it. Long rebound. Her sister, Fliss Henderson, keeps possession for Columbia. The 2 Australian sisters providing some big-time plays right now.
That charge.
Kitty who draws the foul.
It's a blocking foul.
And it's been everyone else for Columbia. We talked about how Abby Shue needs to get going, but other players have stepped up. The Henderson sisters have been great. Collins has gotten going. Rafu's been good. So now you're seeing other players step up. If Columbia can get Shue going now, that's how they can truly get back into this game.
Here's Shue. Has missed her last 5 shots, takes it in, misses that one.
Rebound. No, Columbia got it back.
Shue never gave up on the play. Is fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2.
And this is what a great shooter needs. Get me to the free throw line. Let me see that ball go through the rim. Let me have 2 not contested shots, right? Let me see that ball go through the rim. I think this is going to be a really good thing for Abby Shue to get to the line.
It's interesting, she has that same shooting stroke that she uses for the 3-point shot. The difference from the foul line is she doesn't jump.
And she was warming up. We saw her today shooting threes
Yeah,
without
Nikki
jump
T. I
shooting, which,
especially love the new
by the
merch that
way,
comes
everybody at
out.
home,
I've
go
seen
try
Fable
that.
wear a
It's
few
not
times. It
easy,
says everyone
but
watches
you can
women's sports
see
and
how
good.
much her lower half
Yeah,
and
I've
her
seen her
short
wear that too.
legs
Yeah.
play a role in her shot.
5 minutes remaining in this third quarter, and it's a 5-point lead for Vanderbilt in the first four. The Baylor Bears awaiting the winner of this one.
Oh,
Count it,
and one.
plus the foul. Ayanna Moore through traffic.
There you go,
Big
Ayanna Moore.
play by Ayanna Moore. Moore has really
As
liked
we all
that
knew,
matchup with Shu.
we
She's
all do
gone
coming
at
to this
her
game that
basically every
Ayanna Moore
time
and Jordy Cambridge had
Shu
to
has
have,
been guarding her, and this is just
really
great.
good games for
Strong
Vanderbilt to
take
be able to
to the
advance.
rim, and that's Abby Shu's third foul. She
So
hasn't
far, I
had
say
any on that night.
they've had solid games. I think Ayanna would have been a
Last
little
night,
bit more
Columbia
efficient than Jordy
Ford
Cambridge, but
battled back in this third quarter, but losing Shu, because you just need her on the court as a threat.
Oh yes, it creates so much more for her teammates as well. Have her on the threat. If you attack to her side, they simply cannot help off. And then of course, the scoring threat that she is in herself.
Ball knocked away by Cambridge again. Jordan Cambridge, those active hands, the sixth-year senior, program's all-time leader at steals. She's got Vanderbilt up
they're
8.
going to a break.
Columbia trying to battle back.
Vanderbilt up 44-36, about 5 minutes left to go in the third. So again, I want to say thank you to everyone for coming to the live stream on tonight. So we are watching the NCAA women's first four game, Columbia versus Vanderbilt. Hope y'all are doing well on tonight. Yes, Jay, I've seen Coach State aka Dawn with the accent weird too. Hashtag Northfield. Speaking of the SEC, y'all know Kentucky. They fired Kyra Elsie. And man, what do y'all think Kentucky needs to get back to the level that they were? You know, when they had Matthew Mitchell as the head coach, or even get back to the level they were about 2 or 3 years ago. You know, when they had upset South Carolina in the SEC tournament championship. Obviously, y'all know they had Ryan Howard, who is an amazing player. You know, now she's in the WNBA playing for the Atlanta Dream, still doing her thing in the W. But yeah, they had her. You know, they had other pieces like Jada Walker, you know, Dreana Edwards, Treasure Hunt, Maddie Shear now. But y'all, it just really feels like Kentucky is missing that one big piece that can really make them a competitive team, you know? Like, I really believe they have some solid role players, but they really need that big piece. They do. Or maybe big piece is, like, maybe they need a couple of big-time players to come up in there. But obviously, they have a head coaching vacancy, so they need to figure that out first. But, yeah, they got to get some big-time recruits, man, because the SEC is only getting better, and women's college basketball as a whole is only getting better. So, that's really the biggest thing. I heard about that. I think the recruits she got from 2 seasons ago were good, but it wasn't good enough. I think Kyle needed more bigs and guards. Yeah, it's the SEC. Right, it's the SEC. You going against Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow and Daryl Rosario, who comes off the bench for LSU. So yeah, you gotta have some bigs.
A year makes.
You're gonna get
Last year,
South Carolina
Sam
who got
Howell was a
Cardoza and
midnight
Ashlyn
game in
Watkins
this
and
building
Sanaa Fagan.
when Virginia Tech was a 1 seed, and now they are a 1 seed in this regional with that superstar freshman, Juju.
Yeah, you know, Ole Miss got Master Scott, so
Juju
you going to get some tall,
There's
long
so
players
much
in the
talent
SEC.
in this tournament. Abby Shu
I was back.
draws the
Oh,
foul,
she had fouled in the
shooting
three-pointer?
three.
Wow.
No, her shot has just been off tonight, including that one that missed. She started 2 for 2 from 3. She has missed
But yeah,
6
you're
in a
right,
row
Jay.
since, but at least
The
now
recruit
she
she
goes to
got
the line to shoot some
was
free
good,
throws.
like you said,
And
but just
that's
it
what's
wasn't enough.
shocking is
Just was
generally
not
when you make
enough
your
to
first
really
two,
compete in the
you're
SEC.
thinking, oh, it's about to be a night, Jay Alter. It's about to be a night. And then, as you've mentioned, she's missed the next 6 from beyond the arc, but getting back to the free
A
throw
couple of
line,
those pieces have transferred to Baylor.
obviously
Yeah,
a
they
big
have.
Bernie shooter. I love what Megan Griffith
Yeah.
said to her going
And we're gonna be
into
seeing
that
Baylor on
timeout.
Friday,
She
I
looked in
believe,
her
playing
face.
either
And I
Columbia
couldn't
or
really read
Vanderbilt.
lips, but basically to me, what I'm going to guesstimate here is she was saying, you know who you are. Go play like one of the best players in the country. And then the confidence that Griffith puts in a player like Shu of, we're going to run this play for you coming out of this timeout.
What y'all think
She
Alabama, speaking of
responded
SEC, what y'all think
instantly to
Alabama's
try
gonna do in the tournament though? They got a
to make
tough
sure.
matchup versus Florida State. But I think they're gonna be able to prevail. I really
She's
like
gonna
Aaliyah
have
Nye
another
and Sarah
chance
Ashley
for this
Barker.
third foul shot. Vanderbilt.
They are two good
Stepped
players.
in
I think they're
quickly.
underrated, probably because we don't talk about Alabama a lot, but Christy Curry has
This
done a
time, Shu
really
delivers.
good job
That,
this
she
year.
ties the school record set by Camille Zimmerman for the single season scoring record at Columbia. She already has the career
Alabama's a
record.
tough out now. They ain't no slaps, especially when they're
One
playing
more
at home.
play,
Now
and
they
she will
won't be playing
stand
at home in
alone.
the
She's not worried about the
tournament.
record, though.
When
Her
Alabama's
team
playing at
down the line,
home,
trying
they're
to keep
really
their
tough to
season
beat.
alive. Stay dancing. Ayanna Moore.
Lots. Got her
She
board
caused the
going to the
foul on the
line.
other end. Moore has been very aggressive in this third quarter.
But yeah, Alabama has a tough matchup against Florida
Really
State, but I
like
think they get it
Ayanna
done.
Moore's game. She can do everything. She can shoot
I guess since we
threes.
talk
She
about
has
the
a
SEC, but
great
let's stay on it.
getting to the rim in this
Texas A&M was
basketball
playing
game.
Nebraska.
Getting to the free throw line as well. Putting
I got
pressure
Nebraska
on
winning that
whichever
game.
Columbia player is
I
guarding
think it
them.
would be a close game, but I got Nebraska
You know, when
winning.
Vanderbilt was picked
Because
dead
Nebraska has
last
been
to
on a
be
tear
SEC
recently.
team
Obviously,
season
as y'all
in
know,
April, I think people were
they
forgetting
almost
that
beat
Ayanna
Iowa
Moore
in
was
that
out
Big Ten
injured a year
championship
ago
game.
and
And then they
now
did beat
healthy.
Iowa
She has
about
been
a
the
couple of weeks ago,
catalyst for
at home.
a
So
10-win improvement from last year's team
Nebraska's
and their
playing some
first
good
win in
basketball right
10
now.
years to the NCAA tournament.
Well, and that's the thing with injuries, Jay, is you just really never know. Ayanna Moore was coming off an injury. Jordan Cambridge coming off an injury. You have to imagine they're not going to be what they once were, and
Okay, y'all,
arguably they've
Columbia's
both been
cut
better
this lead
than
down
what
to
they were.
4. It felt like Vanderbilt
4-point
had
game,
really taken
4
control
minutes remaining
of
in
this game in
third
that
quarter.
second quarter.
Columbia has punched
So far,
back
y'all coming out of
and
half,
outscored the
Vanderbilt
Commodores
kind of looking like
15-9 in this
they kind of
second
going
half.
back to playing how they were in the first quarter.
Inside.
There you go, going
Tough
down low.
take. Great defense by the freshman
Good. Now
Fliss
they able to
Henderson.
convert, y'all. Columbia got a chance to cut this lead down
Henderson
to 2 or 3.
ripped away and a foul called. Cambridge can't believe it.
Let's take another look at this play right here.
Looks like all ball.
It looks like all ball, some contact at the end, and I think a lot of it, there's some contact at the end. That's probably what was called. Also, just the way Henderson fell. I was a little worried for a second with the way her knee landed. Sometimes with the way a player
It's a
falls,
3-point game.
the officials just feel they have to call a foul in that situation.
It's crazy thing. As many times as Columbia has turned the ball over, that they're in this game right now. Like, isn't that crazy? All the turnovers they've had, and they're literally only down by 2.
Great point to us about Jordan Cambridge, who's been through so much with her.
And there also is an indictment on Vanderbilt.
She's a great example for the younger
Because
players.
they enforced, like 11, 12 turnovers. Like, you should be up by at least 10 to 12 points. If you force that many turnovers. And Vanderbilt really has turned the ball over that many times themselves. Yeah, they're only up by 2.
Down the lane, off the window, no good. 2 opportunities and a travel. Great looks for Columbia to tie this game at 45. Just couldn't finish at the rim.
The missed layups for Columbia
All right,
have
y'all,
been
hear that.
brutal
We
in
need
this
some
game.
some weight.
According to
Hope
Stat
you're doing
Broadcast,
some
they
tomorrow.
have
Dance
missed
guys,
8
guys, looking
layups.
pretty. Yeah. Appreciate you.
One of
Appreciate
those
you.
8 and
Once again,
one or
welcome.
two.
Maybe getting that sub buddy.
This game is completely different.
It was really good talking to you. We had some great conversation. And I hope to see you on here tomorrow.
Edge of this third quarter. 2-point game. And Another missed shot by Vanderbilt. They have fallen ice cold here.
But who gets the O board? Sasha Washington.
Oh. Turnover, y'all.
Well, don't look now, but Columbia has cranked the dial in the third quarter in the Ivy League team with all the momentum right now.
And you got to continue to be aggressive if you're Columbia. Vanderbilt has 5
Columbia took a nap, but they're
fouls.
waking up.
So
Yeah.
every
The Ivy League,
time
like,
Vanderbilt commits a
you know,
foul in the rest of this quarter,
they're
Columbia's going to be shooting free throws.
Cambridge digs it out.
the other Ivy League team, excuse me, Princeton, who we're going to be seeing on Friday, I think. They're even better than Columbia, so that's why I had them beating West Virginia. But yeah, Columbia. Yeah, when I watched them a couple of weeks ago, I know they're a really, really good defensive team, and then now it's like kind of showing in this third quarter their defense. Now I would say some of it is Vanderbilt.
We say that, Jay, and we just kind of say it listing her injuries.
Them just really not playing that well right now. I mean, I don't get what Vanderbilt's doing. The first quarter they played horrible. Second quarter they played really good. Third quarter they playing horrible. So what are they doing? They finna just keep going back and forth. When Cambridge gets that free throw to go.
Now the NCAA Women's Championship first round begins Friday.
That's the lane. Ohio State, Presbyterian, South Carolina, Rice, LSU.
Ohio State, the 2 seed, taking on
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
Carolina, the undefeated Gamecocks.
probably the only 1 seed that I'm going to do a watch party for is going to be USC. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Just being honest.
And Columbia looking for their first ever NCAA.
All right, I'm not showing. I don't think I'm gonna show South Carolina. I don't think I'm gonna show Iowa. You know, not in the first round. I don't. The only 1 seed I'm showing in the first round, y'all. More than likely, it's just going to be USC.
So good, great position inside.
Because I mean, we're all expecting Iowa to be just, you know, to be their opponent. We're all expecting Texas and South Carolina to be different. And we're expecting USC, but it's Juju, and I would say most of us have not had the opportunity to watch Juju play really at all this year. So that's why I'm going to be showing that game. Just wanted to. That's a little PSA.
She's missed her last 7 shots. Floated inside. Page with the shot clock expiring. Great defense by Vanderbilt.
That was a much needed stop by Vanderbilt tonight. Much needed stop, y'all. Look at that, 16 turnovers to 8, but somehow Vanderbilt is only up by 5.
You could have missed your last 8.
Isn't that weird?
And that's the way she has to think right now and continue to be aggressive.
Isn't that weird, y'all?
Passat, good take, couldn't finish it though.
They forced that many turns on Columbia, but yet Columbia now
great transition.
only down by 3. It just really doesn't make sense.
Moore, got it. Ayanna Moore drills it from deep.
Held that follow through as well. What a shot from Ayanna Moore. Much needed for the Commodores.
Anderson trying to answer, doesn't drop. Washington, her 13th rebound of the night. Moore calling for it and gets it. She has the hot hand for Vanderbilt, leading the way with 14. Down the lane.
Oh, and 1. Ayanna Moore.
Moore has taken over.
Y'all, just like that, all of a sudden Vanderbilt has a chance to go up by 9.
Look, that's the truth right
Vanderbilt,
now.
what are y'all doing, man? Like, what are they doing?
Ayanna Moore getting to the rim, finishing through contact.
But y'all, this is huge, though.
That's right. You can't guard me.
I've always said, you know, the end of quarters, I should say, are very important. That's really how games are won and lost.
Still an 8-point lead for
the last minute and a half, 2 minutes in a quarter can really swing a game in a major way. And we see now, look, y'all, I mean, just like that, Vanderbilt's up by 8. Let's see if they can get a stop right here.
And is fouled
Oh.
Washington too aggressive on the closeout. It'll send Abby Shue
Y'all know Shay
back to the
Ralph
foul line.
it's just living
Like
right
to me
now.
that she rolled her
You
ankle
cannot foul a 3-point shooter, period.
on that three as she was coming down. And that's why the foul was called. You
You
have to
cannot
let
foul a 3-point
the
shooter.
shooter land. And Abby Shue actually has a really interesting shot where she goes forward when she shoots, which honestly, Jay, I was watching a good bit of her last night, and I kept thinking,
Shay Ralph like she over
that's a
there
situation where
talking
she could land on
to the
some
ref
but
about
because
that
of the way
foul
she
call.
shoots,
But
she
yeah,
has
you
so much
cannot
elevation and
foul
moves forward.
a jump shooter
And she's
whatsoever.
walking a bit gingerly on that left ankle.
Two more foul shots coming for Shue.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you don't see too many games kind of go like this, right? But one team has 16 turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers. Vanderbilt only has 8.
Get that ankle
But
loosened up
yeah,
a bit. This quarter break
it's only a
could be
7-point
beneficial
game.
for Columbia. Maybe they can retape it or something.
And
Hustle by Susie Raffu,
it feels like Vanderbilt is kind of playing with their food at this point. Because they don't even have, like, I know everybody says something, like, y'all, I don't even think Vanderbilt does not have control of this game.
Move her into the school record.
They don't.
For the single season scoring record, passing Camille Zimmerman.
You know, sometimes a team can be up by a few points. Like, 7 points is not that big of a lead. But they can have control of the game. Vanderbilt does not have control of this game.
Trailing Vandy by 7. Clock down to 8. Down the lane, Henderson, that rolls off no good.
The offensive foul?
Wouldn't have counted anyway.
Call an offensive foul. And I think, Jay, that they put Henderson in that late pick and roll situation because of Abby Shue's ankle. She's running gingerly on that. They're going to take her out, which is the first time she's been out of the game.
And she does have a slight limp to her.
Trust me, I can see a spot of sprained ankle a mile away.
3, 2. Good. All right, y'all. Vanderbilt up 53-46 heading to the fourth.
Has Vanderbilt in front by 7.
Vanderbilt 10 minutes away. Really going to the NCAA tournament. I know they're a part of it, but this is the first 4. But if they win this game, they will go to the NCAA tournament and play against number 5 Baylor. Vanderbilt, like I said earlier, be a huge deal for them because program that has not had a lot of success in recent years. Oh my God, y'all, that dog is scary for real. It's scaring me. Like, seriously. But yeah, so winner of this game goes on to play number 5 Baylor. Got 7 people over here. What's going on with y'all? If you're new, please hit that sub and that like button. Yeah, that dog so creepy. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that is really scaring me. All right, y'all. Back for quarter time. Vanderbilt 53-46.
Abby Shue to be at her best, and she came down on this three-point attempt. It just hasn't looked right since.
She sprained her ankle coming down. She gets so much elevation on her three ball that she came down on an opponent's ankle, and this is the first time she's come out of the game. I think that's notable. She wouldn't be out of the game right now if not for the ankle, I would have to guess. So we'll see what they do. I know Coach Griffith's going to be talking to the trainer and talking to her. I was looking over there at the quarter break. I don't think they retaped it, but I did see Abby Shue retying her shoe, her left shoe, and trying to make it a little tighter. So we'll see what happens there.
Vanderbilt, great ball movement. Cambridge a three, left it short.
Rebound.
Follows her own
Cambridge
miss.
got it.
Can't finish.
A little too strong.
And a foul called on the rebound. Kitty Henderson went down over Camille Pierre. So it'll be Columbia ball. Well, you mentioned Kitty Henderson as a potential bright spot for Columbia with Shue out of this game.
Kitty Henderson's been really good here in this third quarter. She's got 11 points and 8 rebounds in the game, been handling the ball a lot for Columbia. So I think they've got to play a good bit through her, especially if Abby Shue does not come back in the game. But Columbia's still very much alive within single digits.
Yeah, they are. Has yet to take full control of this game.
Finds Perry Page, and now CeCe Collins. Good ball movement. Page got a good look, just couldn't knock it down.
Sasha Washington has been a menace on the glass this evening for Vanderbilt. Just rebounded the ball at an incredibly impressive rate.
Yeah, 14 rebounds for the junior. Her career high is 17. She has been the difference maker for the Doors. Here she is now. And off for more. She's at the hot hand. Misfires there. Offensive rebound
and
plus the
one.
foul. Justine Passat.
Passat using that size, 6'4".
Y'all see Vanderbilt crashing glass. Kind of what they did in the first half.
Crashing the glass here and then going right back
Getting
up
a
with
ton
it
of offensive
to
rebounds.
draw the foul. Passat can be
And they're
a
starting
bit
to
of a
be able
game changer
to
for Vanderbilt.
capitalize on
Coming off
them
the
actually.
bench, the way she can shoot the ball.
Not just get the
I know
offensive
she's super
rebounds, but
talented,
go back
former
up, finish,
All-American. And the
get
Vanderbilt staff
fouled,
is
go to
telling
the free
me,
throw
they have
line.
Katie Lou Samuelson on their staff, who played at UConn when Shea Ralph was an assistant. Of course, Samuelson, a great player at UConn and a bigger wing player. And so Samuelson working with Justine Passat could be a very good thing for Vanderbilt in the years to come.
How cool is that to have Katie Lou on your scout team if you're Vanderbilt?
I'm sure the players don't love it because she probably torches them every now and again, Jay.
But it helps them on game day. Columbia cuts it to 8. And Abby Shue back into the game for the Lions. They will need her down the stretch if they're going to pull off a Herculean comeback in this fourth quarter.
Yep.
And a foul off the ball gives the ball back to Columbia. Camille Pierre, the freshman, called for a push-off there. Collins all smiles.
Collins very much a very good player, second team All-Ivy, but also an energy player for Columbia. She brings the energy for the Lions, and that was a massive play. Can they turn that turnover into points?
And the foul starting to pile up here. That's now 3 on Vanderbilt in the opening 2 minutes. And why that's important is if they get to 5, Columbia will shoot the rest of the way.
Exactly right, Jay. And that's a big thing in the women's game. I like it because it resets every quarter, so things can change a bit from quarter to quarter. But Columbia's got to be aware of that and continue to attack Vanderbilt.
Here's Abby Shue. Pull up. Got it.
Abby Shue on the
First shot didn't matter.
Retying that shoe to get the
I know he's
ankle right.
going
And
down
then
that fight.
play,
They on
goes
it.
to her right. Really
They are
tough
not.
shot, knocks it down.
Oh,
Stolen
away.
away. Perry Page suspended in a collision with Cambridge. The officials have already said they're going to review this at the monitor. Both teams sent to their benches. So while we have an official review, we will step aside. A hard foul on Perry Page. We'll tell you the result when we come back.
All right, y'all. I mean, Vanderbilt is disappointing. Again, like I stated earlier, as many turnovers, excuse me, that they have forced against Columbia. You would think they would have this game kind of over with, but they don't. And also considering the way Vanderbilt has been able to rebound the ball, particularly on the offensive glass, just doesn't make a ton of sense. But I don't know, it just feels like when every time, Vanderbilt, they go up by 7 or they go up by 8 or go up by 9, then they come down on defense, they commit a dumb foul, and then they send Columbia to the free throw line for like 3 free throws. There's been several times in this game, y'all, where Vanderbilt has fouled a 3-point shooter, which is just something that all coaches get, very, 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 very angry about. Because you don't foul a 3-point shooter. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I mean, Vanderbilt, they seem to be just kind of relaxing it sometimes. Like, it's like they might have a couple possessions where they play with a great sense of urgency, and then they have 2 more possessions where it's like they're like, okay, we're about 7. Hey, Columbia's finna go away. So, your Vanderbilt, you got to wake up a little bit. You have to wake. Actually, you got to wake up a lot. Because if Vanderbilt is waiting on Columbia just to kind of lay down, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, y'all. All right, y'all. So I didn't review that foul on Jordan Cambridge.
It's not unnecessary, and I think you both mentioned that in your commentary. She was going for the ball. It's just a basketball play. Sometimes we can have the contact might look severe, but it's still just a basketball play. So I agree with the commentary.
Yeah, that ain't none.
Yeah, if anything, when you take a look at that replay, it's Cambridge who probably bears the brunt of.
Right.
Well,
you see right there.
That's why you heard kind of oohs and ahs
trying
from the crowd.
trying to steal the ball.
But
So
completely agree. Common foul, no unnecessary hard or excessive contact. And honestly, that play shows you Jordan Cambridge, what she's willing to do for her team. Put her
very
body
low scoring game it has.
on the line. I just can't imagine the mentality you have to have after.
Yeah, we definitely ain't watching LSU play. LSU would have probably about
put your body
what 77, 80 points right now.
And the way that she's been able to do that for Vanderbilt is really impressive.
Now this is shaping up to be a fun finish in the first 4. 4-point game. Vanderbilt has led really since the second quarter. A lot of it comfortably, but Columbia on a 6-0 run, and the Lions are right back in it.
And that was Jordan Cambridge's 4th foul. That's why she's on the bench right now for Vanderbilt. I imagine she won't stay there for super long, but at least you have to have her there right now, and you don't have your leader and your point guard on the floor.
And with Cambridge off the floor, you just feel like that defensive intensity isn't there as much. She is the catalyst on that end. Moore rattles in and out, no good. Foul on the floor, it'll stay Vanderbilt's way. Sasha Washington was triple teamed on that rebound, and the officials thought there was contact.
another look at that foul call. I think they got Rafu there for kind of pulling down her arm.
That rolls off the rim, no good, but 2 coming at the line for Pierre. All SEC freshman team.
Kind of a break there for Vanderbilt. I'm not sure that was a foul. I thought that was just kind of players battling for a rebound, but Vanderbilt gets the ball back because of that.
52, shooting
And gets
56,
Camille Pierre to the
52.
line.
And again, y'all, it just seems like Vanderbilt, they're kind of content at being up by 7 or 8 points.
It was even in the United States Women's Soccer Development Academy, and she has proven that basketball
Columbia is not going away.
Strong at just her 5th year playing the sport as well. 5-point game, 7 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Rafu working on Washington, gets to her right hand, can't finish it.
Good defense. This is a huge possession right here for Vanderbilt. They're up by 5. You go up by 7 or 8 right here.
Moore with 16 points to her name, passes off to Washington. Back out to Moore, wide open.
Diana Moore. It got it. Okay, y'all. Here it goes.
Delivers again.
Like I've been saying, Vanderbilt, they'll get about 7 or 8 points. Now, let's see what they do on this possession. They get about 7 or 8 points, and it's like they do something incredibly head scratching on defense, like foul a 3-point shoot, or just give up, open layup or something. They have a defensive miscommunication. If the defense can get a rebound, they do.
Great rebound by Pierre, the freshman. Feels like Columbia isn't really going to shoot, even though she's in the game.
Diana Moore?
As a decoy, if you will, but
she was trying to,
definitely not 100%.
If she hit that 3 up by 11, I think that's an offensive foul.
Blocking foul.
Blocking foul. Like Diana Moore hit that 3, y'all. I'm not gonna say the game would have been over, but they would have been up by 11, and
the bonus the rest of the way.
You would, kind of start to be able to say it was going Vanderbilt's way, and they were getting control of this game.
Free throw line, they shoot 71% on the season.
They still don't have control of this game. Even being up by 8.
For Columbia in that game, they missed 14 free throws last year against Vanderbilt in just an 11-point loss.
Every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN for the 4th straight year. For more information, you can go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. We are thrilled to bring you the first 4 tonight, but we are just getting started. Best time of the year. This game providing a fun finish, 2-possession game. Vanderbilt trying to cling to this lead. It advanced to face Baylor on Friday. Camille Pierre, she has the size advantage, and she cashes in again. The freshman is
back up by
in
8.
the 4th quarter.
These bigger hybrid guards for Vanderbilt, Pierre, Pisat, they have been able to have a lot of success against Columbia using that size advantage, taking advantage of mismatches.
And Abby Shue has not taken a shot in this 4th quarter. The Ivy League Player of the Year, Columbia's best player. And
foul
is the call
on
foul?
Offensive foul?
I mean, don't you feel like Columbia, they're going to go down? They've got to go down with Shue?
I am not sure about that just because I don't know how she's feeling health-wise. But if she's out here, you feel like you should go to her a little bit more. She is the best player in school history, one of the best players in Ivy League history. But how about Ryan Allen? She just came in the game for the first time and took that charge. That's how you stay ready on the bench.
Washington, double teamed, passes out of it, gets it back. Sasha Washington, what a performance! 14 points, 14 rebounds.
I think Baylor poses a problem for Vanderbilt. Yeah, I do too, but I will say this. Now, we've seen Baylor, we've seen their offense be very stagnant at times. And Vanderbilt is a solid defensive team, so I think there's going to be an interesting game, though. I really do.
She's kept Columbia in it
I do know some people think Vanderbilt's gonna pull out the
Lions
upset. I
continue
don't
to
think they
battle their
will,
first
but
ever appearance in
one, no matter what
NCAA
Vanderbilt
tournament in
does, I mean they've
program
already had
history.
an amazing season. And this is the
Washington
most wins
ruining
they've
the
had in
party,
13
though.
years, so
Back-to-back
that's
buckets
insane.
for Sasha
Let's be
Washington.
honest. I mean, 13 years that's not ancient history, but that's still been a while ago at this point. So they've already done a lot of great things this year, no matter what the outcome is. But
Shu lines up the three. Off the
I do
mark.
think that game is going to be closer than what people think.
Battle for
I
the
really
boards
do because
falls to
Baylor, their
Jordan
offense, like I said, y'all, their offense has been stagnant at times this year. Yeah, Baylor has not been the most consistent team. Really, they just overall they have been the most consistent team.
And I do love
And coming into this year, I thought Baylor could be a sleeper national championship contender. Yeah, not anything close to that.
No, that was the game within the game.
Yes.
Megan Griffith calling
I
out
think
the
they'll beat
SEC.
Vanderbilt, but I'm just saying I could see that game
They gave
being close, and I
Columbia
think it
a
will. I think it's
tremendous
going to be closer than the
this
experts are going
game,
to
but
predict.
the SEC
Because
so
they're probably
far
going to think Baylor's going to blow out
too
Vanderbilt. I
strong.
think it has a
They
chance to
do
be like
score
maybe a
200
5 to 8
Columbia
point win
right
for
now.
Baylor,
And it's not over
depending on
yet,
how
of
their
course.
offense
We
plays
talked
that
about
day.
Megan Griffith really meaning Power 5, but when you give a team blackboard material, I don't know this for a fact, but
Because
it
Vanderbilt
feels
might
like
be
they
able to
can both
grind that game out, kind of similar to what Ole Miss did against
That's
Stanford last year. Nobody saw that coming. They might be able to grind it out. It just like I said, it depends on what Baylor team
In
decide to
our
show
never
up.
territory. The freshman Henderson off the window and in for two. Timeout, Megan Griffith.
All right, y'all. Vanderbilt up 66-58. 4 left to go in the fourth.
Vanderbilt an 8-point lead, 2:54 remaining. Let's check out tonight's most reliable players. Brought to
They're
you
gonna be a
by
more competitive game
Xfinity.
tonight.
And
Oh,
Ayana
excuse
Moore and
me.
Sasha
Again, tonight's game.
Washington,
Yes,
two
I agree.
players in the same class, have played so well tonight. Sasha Washington picked quite a time to play one of her best games of the season.
You know
And
what?
then
I'm
Ayana Moore has
saying
just been
those Ivy
consistent,
League teams are
scoring
pretty
throughout the
good, and
game,
there's a certain Ivy League team. I
providing
think
those
it's
big
gonna
buckets for Vanderbilt when they
give
need
Iowa a
to.
problem. That's
She's been
Princeton,
great
y'all. I think
throughout this
Iowa,
contest,
excuse me, I think
keeping
Princeton's gonna beat
Vanderbilt
West Virginia in the first
offensively.
round.
All
I
around
think they're
Davis
gonna,
hit 3 threes, got to
they're
the
gonna play
free throw
Iowa
line,
really
got to the
tough.
rim.
I do.
Columbia has just not been able to guard Ayana Moore.
That's why, like Iowa, they just have such a. That's why I think Iowa's gonna have such a difficult time getting back to the national championship game because they're gonna have to go through Princeton, potentially
This is a tough spot
LSU,
for Columbia right now, Jay, because
maybe
we're not
UCLA,
as
Kansas
settled
State. I
in
mean,
and don't know
that side of the
how
bracket is
Abby
just
Shu is
extremely
feeling and what
hard.
she's
So
told her coaches, right? She's out there, she's playing, which says a lot about her toughness. But like you mentioned this earlier.
yeah,
it just feels
Princeton's
like
not
they
gonna be
haven't
Princeton's not gonna be an easy
in this
game.
fourth quarter.
And Vanderbilt, an extremely
I'm telling y'all
tough
that
team
right
to
now. It's
come
not
back
gonna be an
on.
easy game.
The Commodores
If that's
16-0
this
season,
I was
leading
playing,
with
it's not
5
gonna be an
minutes
easy
left.
game
They
for
have
them.
an 8-point lead, trying to make their way in, win their way in a field of
Princeton is
64.
That's an incredible
really
stat.
well
Vanderbilt's
coached
been
team,
really good this
and I think I said
season.
this on yesterday,
Look
but
at a lot
they
of their losses. It's games where maybe they've
maybe
lost
excuse me, I
by
said this
15
earlier
or
today,
20,
but
just
they
games
just
that have gotten away from
play
them against South Carolina and Tennessee. But
play
close
well as
games,
one
they've been
unit.
successful in.
Something all
Trying to
teams not do.
close
They
this
get
one.
contributions from like everybody.
Inside to Washington.
Offensively, everyone on
Now
that team
Posada three.
can contribute.
Off the mark.
They all
Good
with
try
good
to
offensive.
make
Oh,
play.
the
Columbia
Campbell's not able
has
to
it
save
with
it.
Perry Page.
Keeps the door open for Columbia. I think Vanderbilt, that was a rush 3. They're about 8 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Why are you just jacking up a bad 3-point shot? This is like super wide open. That was a deep 3 that they did
Time on this
to y'all.
possession, and time is against them. Kitty
All right,
Henderson
Columbia
draws
going
the
back to the
foul.
free throw line.
She'll get 2 at the line.
Kitty Henderson has kept Columbia in this game.
So
Second
Cambridge
team
going
all
to the
Ivy,
bench.
their second leading scorer.
And that is the 5th foul on Jordan Cambridge. So Cambridge's night is done. Vanderbilt.
Oh, what? Jordan
going
Cambridge fouled out?
finish this
Wow.
game without their heart and soul of this team, the 6th-year senior.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Vanderbilt is gonna win this game. Jordan Cambridge only had 8 points. Like, wow.
And not only what she
That would be a shocker because I thought Jordan Cambridge and Ayana Moore were both going to have at least probably 17, 18 points.
Ayana Moore, who's very capable, is going to have to take over those point guard duties, as well as Jordan Oliver, who's a veteran for Vanderbilt.
Hey, y'all, I'll tell y'all what, them Henderson sisters on Columbia, I like them because they play hard. They play incredibly hard. You can tell by the way they sweat. I like them. They play hard.
Henderson makes the second.
I love when
7:20,
players just go out
2:08
there and give it
remaining
their
in the
all.
first four.
They're not just playing around
Columbia
out
goes
there.
full
They're
court
playing
pressure.
with 100% effort.
Vanderbilt breaks it. Offensive
Oh,
foul. Going the other
they
way.
call an offensive
Columbia
foul,
ball.
y'all.
And perhaps a little bit
Hey,
of
the
a
door is still
freshman
open for
moment
Columbia.
there. She goes to meet the pass.
Look
That
like
was a good
Vanderbilt
job, but this is a
was
situation
about to
where
shut that door,
there's
y'all.
2
But
minutes to
hey,
go. Let's bring that ball
if you
back
got the
out.
locker
You
out of the
don't
way.
need a quick bucket. You want to see a player, even though you feel like you have an open driving lane, dribble that ball out. Let's run some offense and run some clock. And that's just a freshman making a little bit of a mistake, even though she's played a great game for Vanderbilt.
And that's Pierre's fourth foul. Under 2 minutes here. For three, Henderson got it.
And that's why you bring the ball back out, because right there, massive change of momentum. Kitty Henderson trying to will Columbia back into this ball game.
And Shea Ralph, Vanderbilt head coach, says, "Give me a timeout." Columbia on a 6-0 run over the last minute 22. The Lions right back in this game.
And the second that timeout was called, Jordan Cambridge came out to talk to Camille Pierre. As you see, big shot by Kitty Henderson, who has played so well in this second half. 6 for 9 from the field, super efficient. But Camille Pierre not bringing that ball out. Jordan Cambridge, the 6-year senior who has fouled out for Vanderbilt, came over to talk to Pierre, to tell her, I'm presuming, to bring that ball back out. But also, you're good. We need you. Stay in this game mentally. So Cambridge trying to lead, even though she has fouled out of the game.
What looked like it might be a comfortable fourth quarter finish here for Vanderbilt has become very uneasy in the final minute 35. Commodores with the ball, just a 4-point lead.
When a team can shoot the three, Jay, they're never out of it. And that's what you've seen from Columbia.
Double team comes in, Oliver in trouble, passes out of it. Great ball movement until
turn
away.
y'all.
Columbia, the defense delivers.
That's a great call and great coaching by Megan Griffith of Columbia to come out of a timeout and you trap on the ball screen. You don't trap right away. So Jordan Oliver settles for a second. She doesn't think the trap's coming. You trap off the ball screen, and then you force a turnover. Just great coaching and great execution by Columbia.
Vanderbilt begging for the finish line. The Commodores clinging to a 4-point lead in the first four. Baylor awaiting the winner. Kitty Henderson, she's had the hot hand in attack mode. Here's Cecilia Collins trying to spin her way into the lane. 1 minute left in regulation. Abby Shue, the Ivy League Player of the Year. Step back three.
Oh, good. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
Washington the rebound, and now Vanderbilt with 45 seconds to kill here.
Coach Ralph saving her timeouts there, trusting more to bring the ball up the floor.
Vanderbilt not even looking at the rim.
Oh, that was almost a turnover, y'all.
To meet that pass.
Deep three
Ayana Moore.
Oh! Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Ayana Moore.
What?
Yo.
The range on that shot and what the execution from Vanderbilt to use the entire shot clock.
Wow.
And then knock down a
dagger
of a three, shooting that from the Virginia Tech
I think I can say it
logo,
now. That's all, folks. Ayana Moore with a deep three at the end of the shot clock. Wow.
Vanderbilt bench is loving it, Jay.
Now, that was definitely not the best possession by Vandy because they almost turned the ball over. But wow.
22 points, those three, the biggest of
y'all, what a first four game this has been, though. See, that's why I like watching these games. These end up being some really good games. They really do.
Feels like a dagger, Jay, but Columbia has stayed in this game. They fought their way back.
That's true, though. Yeah, she does. The commentator makes an amazing point. He's right.
They hang around. But Vanderbilt's done a really good job of holding on to their timeout. So even if
Because
Columbia
Vanderbilt's had
scores,
multiple times in this
Vanderbilt's
game, they've been
going to
about
call a
7
timeout and
points,
advance the
8
ball.
points, 10 points. In Columbia, get a couple baskets, boom. Now it leads back down to 5.
Hurry here if you're
Or it
Columbia.
goes from 10 to 5. Or it goes from 7 to
Kitty
7 to
Henderson
2.
knows it.
So, let's see.
Drives down the lane, lays it up for 2 plus
Oh,
a foul.
that's and one.
The decision. You don't necessarily need a 3, but you needed quick.
All right, y'all. So Columbia
And a great job by Kitty
got a pretty
Henderson
quick basket.
to attack
18
the
seconds on
rim.
the clock still.
And look at that crossover.
Got a chance to cut it
Get
to a
the and
4-point
one. You
lead.
got your points.
A 4-point
and now
deficit,
on a
excuse
free
me.
throw, well, you could set your defense, but most likely Vanderbilt's going to call that timeout.
Henderson, the leading scorer tonight for Columbia.
As soon as I said it was competitive, became
60%
competitive at the end.
And 2 of 4 tonight.
Yeah, but I like these Henderson switches, though. I do.
Henderson completes the and
Like
one.
I said, that effort.
It's a 4-point game, 18 seconds remaining. Vanderbilt does elect to advance the ball. So you said it, Kelly. Vanderbilt, they've led this entire second half, but Columbia, whenever Vanderbilt starts to separate, they have punched back, battled back. This Ivy League team making the most of their at-large opportunity.
They have.
They
Kept
are.
this game close without really Abby Shue. She's been on the floor, but there's been a lot of possessions where she hasn't really even touched the ball, I think dealing with that ankle injury. But give a lot of credit to Vanderbilt. They've handled this fourth quarter with a good bit of poise, especially without Jordan Cambridge. Ayanna Moore has done what she's could to really take over the game for Vanderbilt. And now you're adding in a few players for Vanderbilt that can shoot free throws. Ryan Allen, an 80% free throw shooter now on the floor for the Commodores.
Jordan Oliver is the inbounder. And the foul comes in on Oliver, so she'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Pretty good person to foul if you're Columbia. 67% free throw shooter. Hasn't shot the ball that much in this game, has 4 points. Oliver's given them some really solid minutes, but it's not like she's been shooting the ball well throughout the night. So, pretty good person to foul.
Vanderbilt 11 of 17 from the foul line tonight. And that rattles out, no good.
First.
Still a 4-point lead for the Commodores.
And Columbia has 2 timeouts. I would expect Coach Griffith to call one of hers after this free throw to advance the ball.
And she does.
Makes it
Timeout
sticky.
came in immediately. 5-point game, 15.8 remaining.
It's a 30-second timeout.
You go back to that Ayanna Moore 3 in crunch time. You felt like that was a dagger at the time. You take those 3 points off the board. That's a 2-point game, Columbia ball. So that 3 proving large.
And really what you said on that, the last time Columbia had the ball, Jay, is you need a quick score. That's it right now for Columbia. I don't really think you need a 3 yet. You just continue to attack, get a quick score, and then apply your pressure. Vanderbilt has 1 timeout left. If you're Columbia down 5, the team who's down in this situation, you just want to elongate the game. Make the game last as long as possible. See if the other team will make mistakes. And remember, Jordan Cambridge is not on the floor for Vandy.
We just showed you Baylor watching on. It'll likely be Vanderbilt, Columbia down to their last out, if you will.
All right, y'all, let's see.
Collins
Columbia.
on the drive. Tough take,
No
missed
good.
it. Battling
That a
through,
foul?
draws the foul.
Yeah.
And can make it a 1-point game, or a 1-possession game, rather,
Man, y'all.
from the foul
These
line.
Ivy League teams, man. You gotta respect it.
Staying alive, keeping hope alive, making the game last as long as possible. Vanderbilt without their senior leader.
Well, I said I cannot really see the other Ivy League team, Princeton, which is, in my opinion, a better team than Columbia. But I like watching Princeton play. But she makes it first.
And Cecilia Collins,
I think Vanderbilt, they have 1 timeout remaining, so
at 87%. So this is
say where I could probably use it. It's a huge free throw right here.
Missed it,
Missed it.
but ball bounces
Oh,
out. A deep three. No
no
good.
good.
Collins follows it up.
He
And it's
gets
a
it.
2-point game, 3.1 seconds remaining. Timeout
Yo,
Shea
oh
Ralph.
my gosh. Man, this has been an
The
amazing
ball
game.
bouncing
Seriously.
Columbia's way, and the Lions still alive. Their
All right, so
traveling
obviously for
fans
Columbia, they need
love it.
Vanderbilt to either miss one or
That's
both
Coach
free
Griffin's
throws. And against
mom right
Vanderbilt,
there
you
in the
need to
navy
make both
blue
free throws. Then
pullover, and
first,
his
you got to
father
make sure
in
you get the
the
ball inbounded.
blue
And then
hat.
secondly, you got to make
And
both
you
of
were
these
telling
free
me,
throws.
Jay, who, by the way, Jay
Because
also
if
used
you
to
miss
coach
both,
for Columbia
That was
obviously,
my
back in the
first
day,
job out of
Columbia
college,
can win the
Columbia women's
game.
incredibly
basketball.
cool, but her
But if
parents
you miss
really lose the
one,
game.
They do not. Diane
Columbia
Bob, they
can
drive
tie the
every
game
home
and
game
send it to
from
OT.
their home
So,
in Pennsylvania into New York City. They've driven on the road to Blacksburg, and they've got
but
to
if
be
you make both,
so
you go
proud
about
of
4.
what their daughter Megan
I mean,
has
something
accomplished.
catastrophic
First
will
time
happen for
in
you to lose that
program
game.
history
So,
dancing, and somehow, some way, they continue to battle, trailing by 2, Vanderbilt ball.
For Columbia in this situation, you go for that steal. Go for the steal on that inbounds pass, and then I don't think you have time for a trap.
I was going to say you have to foul immediately.
So that's what I'm saying.
3.1 seconds.
yeah, man, you do have to foul
Unless
me.
the
You got to
ball
foul.
falls
Seriously,
in your
immediately.
lap, I think you don't really even go for the steal. You just got to.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Foul.
You go for the steal on the pass, but then you trap. You trap and you foul. I don't think you can trap and then wait for one more pass. You've got to foul right away. We're on the same page. You're saying it differently. You do have to foul right away and just continue to make this game last. See what can happen. See if something crazy can happen here in March.
You want as little time to come off
Right.
as possible, because Columbia is now out of timeouts.
Right.
So they cannot advance the ball.
But still, you defend that inbounds pass with everything you have.
Now, all Vanderbilt needs to do is inbound this ball and knock down 2 free throws, and boom, you're moving on. Survive and advance.
Survive and advance. That
It's
time
never
of
that
year.
easy, is it?
I was going to say, easier said than done, Jay.
Especially with the 6th-year senior Jordan Cambridge fouled out of this game. She's had to watch the last few minutes. It's been excruciating for her on the bench to
I can't
watch.
imagine.
For her trying to keep her collegiate career alive. Inbound to Bassat. And the foul comes in immediately.
Yeah, I mean, they had to foul immediately.
So the sophomore from
Didn't have another choice but to.
transfer from Tennessee will head to the line. The weight of this game on her shoulders.
Bassat was a big-time recruit in high school, chose Tennessee over UConn, but had a great relationship with Shea Ralph. And transferred from Tennessee, now finds herself with a chance to knock down some massive free throws for Vanderbilt.
Makes the first. And a chance to put this game away and have Vanderbilt advance to the first round and face Baylor. Made it.
Yep.
And that ices it
That's
for
all,
Vanderbilt.
folks. Great performance by Columbia. Vanderbilt will go on to play
and
number
Vanderbilt
5
is
Baylor
moving on.
in the first round of the NCAA
Shea
tournament.
Ralph in her first appearance to the
And
NCAA
wow,
tournament
what a
as
job
head
Shea Ralph
coach.
has done. 23
Leads to a
wins
4-point
in the
victory,
season
and
for Vanderbilt so
will face
far.
the Baylor Bears on Friday.
And I was gonna say so far because their season is still ongoing.
So clutch.
Look at that, y'all. First NCAA tournament win since 2013. Wow. So yeah, shout out to Shea Ralph, the job she's doing. And now Vanderbilt has an opportunity to maybe upset Baylor. Like I said, y'all, great performance by Columbia, but they just came up a little bit short.
And we're joined now by Sasha Washington. Sasha,
All right,
an
let's hear from
incredible performance,
Sasha
particularly
Washington.
on the glass. What was it for you tonight to get the win?
I mean, we knew we had a mission. We studied personnel, we studied this team, we prepared for it, and we knew we could take advantage on the glass, and that was what we did tonight.
Sasha, there was a little chatter before this game, maybe about the SEC, things of that nature. It felt personal a bit for you, especially early, the way you attacked the glass. Was there any kind of personal nature to this game?
I mean, just being locked into us. Our league is tough, and we know it's tough, and we know what we needed to do to get this win. So just focusing on us and the things that we needed to do.
Now 16 points, 15 rebounds for you individually, but how about the team as a whole to come here in the first four and keep your season alive? What was the biggest key?
No quit. We don't want to quit. We don't want to be finished. And we do everything we can to not be done. And we got it done tonight.
And you saw your teammate Jordan Cambridge foul out, have to sit on the bench and just agonize with every play. What did it mean to get this done for her?
I mean, just people stepping up, ready to go. We know we need everybody, and everybody knows that their number could be called at any minute. So just everybody being prepared.
Oh, congratulations. Go enjoy this win with your team, and you got another one coming on Friday.
Thank you.
Sasha Washington, an incredible performance, 16 points, 15 rebounds, and tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. No surprise, the junior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia.
And Sasha Washington with another double-double, just tremendous work from her from the get-go. I thought she brought the energy and intensity for Vanderbilt, set the tone for the Commodores early with the way she rebounded the basketball. Her offensive rebounding was tremendous, scoring with the left, putting pressure on Columbia, getting some of those bigs in foul trouble. But as she said, Jay, an overall team effort, everyone contributing to this historic win for Vandy.
So deserving of the Capital One rewarding performance. Sasha Washington, 16 points, 15 rebounds, leading the way. Columbia's season ends in disappointment in the first four. It is Vanderbilt moving on to face Baylor. For Kelly Gramlich, our entire ESPN crew, I'm Jay Alter saying so long from Blacks.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. That was the NCAA women's first four game between Columbia and Vanderbilt, and the Commodores end up getting it done. Like I said, they will move on to now face number 5 Baylor and try to pull off a pretty big upset. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in on the live tonight. I will be back live tomorrow to watch the other first four game between the Auburn Tigers and the Arizona Wildcats, and I cannot wait to see that game. I think it's going to be kind of similar to this game, low scoring. I think it's going to be even more low scoring than this game. But yes, cannot wait to watch that game. So hope to see y'all back on here tomorrow night. Remember, laughter is good medicine, so make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm an Indian man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.